The Porsche Cayenne has been around for a long time as Porsche's luxurious and sporty flagship SUV. It has always been a popular choice among people who want a luxurious and daily drivable SUV. This 2026 Porsche Cayenne e-Hybrid is taking commutability to a whole new level, with the plug-in hybrid powertrain offering 29 miles of electric range. With the luxurious interior and the sporty and efficient powertrain, is this the best Cayenne to buy in 2025? Let's go ahead and find out. As always, let's begin by talking about the pricing and the trim level. For 2026, the Cayenne comes in 6 different grades, and that starts at $86,800. You can also upgrade to the Cayenne Coupe for extra bold styling, and that costs $91,900 as a starting price. There are 6 different grades available for the Cayenne SUV, while there are 7 grades available for the Cayenne Coupe, including the Turbo GT. This model is the most affordable hybrid Cayenne you can buy, starting at $98,900. With the options we have today, this one is priced around $121,000, so let's go ahead and see what you get for the money. Starting with the front end design, the Cayenne has this very clean rectangular shaped grille that runs throughout the center of the front end. There is some hidden functional ventilation at the bottom, as well as these functional vents underneath each headlights. Speaking of the headlights, they are going to be fully LED and they look quite nice. They follow Porsche's typical design language with the wide set eyes as well as the 4 individual dots for the daytime running lights. Those are going to be LED along with the projector style headlamps and the accent lights that also serve as your turn signals at the bottom. There are no LED fog lights, but I think the accent light at the bottom looks super cool and Porsche absolutely nailed the integration. Moving to the wheels, Porsche offers many different wheel options for the Cayenne, but this model is sitting on these 22-inch 5-spoke wheels finished in high gloss black and machined aluminum. These cost an extra $5,510, but they look so good I honestly think it's worth it. Taking a look at the side profile, you will find this reflector on the front fender, and behind the 5-spoke 22-inch wheels, you will find these large brakes with Porsche branding on the calipers. There is also e-hybrid badging, and the wheel surrounds are going to be painted. The window surrounds will be finished in chrome unless you option on gloss black, and up top, there are going to be silver roof rails. With the premium package, you also get soft closed doors, and for the mirrors, they will be fully loaded with heating, blind spot monitoring, auto dimming, and power folding. They also have an integrated mirror turn signal, which is very helpful for other drivers around you. I also want to point out that the charging port is on the left side. Even at the back, the Cayenne is stunning. You get quad exhaust at the bottom, an optional tow hitch, and a swipe bar that goes all the way across with Porsche branding. There is also a marker light on each side at the bottom for extra safety, and the taillights look quite nice in typical Porsche fashion. They are going to be fully LED with an LED brake light, an LED reverse light, and an LED turn signal that is part of the LED brake lights. The Cayenne is a showstopper on the outside, but let's go ahead and check out that luxurious interior. But now let's check out the interior and see what you're getting on the inside for spending $121,000 on this Porsche Cayenne. $121,000 is a lot of money, but Porsche definitely makes you feel like you spent it well with all the luxurious appointments on the interior. The door panel is made of leather from top to bottom. You get leather on the upper part, gloss black, wood trim, and aluminum trim beneath that, as well as 3-person memory seating, some more leather through the center area as well as on your armrest, and down below you will find some more padded leather. There is also a good amount of storage space in the door pockets, and you will find this little handle to pull the door shut. As far as the seats are concerned, they are made of real leather and we have the optional sport seats today. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive, but they will have 18 ways of power adjustments. There is also the Porsche crest in the headrest, and overall these seats are super comfortable and very well padded. But now let's go ahead and take a deep dive in the interior of this 2026 Porsche Cayenne. Starting with the steering wheel, it is going to be very nicely leather wrapped and heated. It also has power adjustments, these very nice feeling paddles, and even the airbag cover is going to be leather wrapped. The cruise control stalk is going to be down here, and you can control your drive modes with this dial right here. Going into Sport and Sport Plus is going to turn on the gas powertrain. You can also push this button for 20 seconds of Sport response. That is going to drop it into the lowest gear possible and give you as much power as possible. Moving on to the gauge cluster, there is plenty of customization in the Porsche Cayenne. You can use the scroll wheel to the right on the steering wheel to customize the gauges. First of all, it's very high resolution and it's in this curved piece of glass. Now to customize the gauges, you're just going to use this scroll wheel right here. You can go from a 5-pod layout to a 3-pod layouts, 2 more simple layouts, and then you also have a full screen map. You can also have a little map in the middle if you so choose. I do want to mention that the start-stop button is going to be on the left side of the steering wheel in typical Porsche fashion, and your headlight controls are going to be down there. You can also turn on and off the rear marker lights with this button right here. Also, if you leave the car for more than 2 minutes, it is going to shut off the engine, but it is going to keep all of your functions like the climate control or your music going on the inside. As far as materials are concerned, the Porsche Cayenne absolutely crushes it. There's stitched leatherette on the upper dash, some wood trim and aluminum trim to the center area, a lot of gloss black on the passenger side, but it can be a passenger side screen if you pay $1,500, and there will be some more Mojave beige leatherettes down here. On the center console, there's going to be a lot of gloss black. You also have the signature Porsche Cayenne handles, and there will be a little bit of matte plastic. Keep in mind that you can customize this wood trim to something else like carbon fiber. But now let's go ahead and take a look at storage in the Porsche Cayenne. Underneath this area is going to be a wireless phone charger as well as 2 USB-C ports. There's another cubby right here, 2 cup holders as well as a DC outlet right here. And underneath the center console, by the way, the lid has a lot of resistance, so just keep that in mind. There is not a ton of space, but at least it is rubber and felt lined. I do want to mention, however, that the door pocket is very large and it had no problem fitting my 24-ounce water bottle. The climate controls are going to be located on the center console, and I'm very happy to say that Porsche has kept physical buttons and toggles to adjust the climates. They are very high quality feeling, definitely appropriate for the $121,000 price points. To adjust the temperature, you can use these toggles right here, and they are very, very high quality and satisfying to use. The passenger can also adjust their temperature independently, and they also have independent fan speed. You can turn on and off the AC with this toggle right here, and you also have max AC, which will adjust the temperature to low and it will give you the highest fan speed possible. You also get heated and ventilated seats, and you can actually turn them on at the same time. It's also interesting that the whole panel kind of moves if you click one of the buttons. It does give it a very satisfying click, however. You can also click climate menu, and that is going to give you some more controls on the infotainment system. Speaking of the infotainment system, Porsche has worked in their latest software into the Cayenne's main display. The resolution is just insane and it almost never lags. Of course, you get built-in navigation as well as wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can go into the vehicle setting, and you can control the drive mode, and you can also control the hybrid mode. E-Charge is going to use the gas engine to charge the battery, Hybrid Auto is just going to operate as a normal hybrid, and E-Hold is going to hold on to the remaining charge of the electric battery. E-Charge and E-Hold are both going to turn on the gas engines. One other cool thing that kind of goes along with the climate controls, you can actually balance the seat heating, so you can make it go more to the bottom or more to the back. Not sure I'd ever use that, but if you're really picky, this is probably really nice. You can also do the same for the seat ventilation. You can also adjust the passenger seat with the driver's seat controls in case you have trouble seeing out, or in case you just need to adjust it for somebody who might be coming in. So I'm going to use the driver's seat controls, and as you can see, it is actually moving forward, and I can bring the backrest forward or back if I want to. I could also do this if I was a chauffeur and I had a chauffeured individual in the back. I could bring the seat all the way forward to give them as much legroom as possible. But now let's go ahead and check out the shifter and cameras in the Porsche Cayenne. The shifter is very compact and moved out of the way. It's very simple to use. Push down for drive, push up for reverse, and that will bring up a very high resolution backup camera. You also have multiple 3D angles, and you can go around the car using the main 360 view. There is also a front view as well as a rear wide view. The rear wide view is very useful in case you are parked next to someone and they might have a big car. It's going to be easier to see around them to see if other cars or children are coming. As you get close to an obstacle, there is going to be a little graphic that pops up on the 360 view, and it is sounding an alert. I can easily mute that if that irritates me. And that is very close to the tripod, so it is getting a little bit faster, and as you can probably tell, the gas engine just kicked on. I do also want to mention that there is active trajectory on this Cayenne. Push the P for park, and there we go. Up top, you will find an auto-dimming rearview mirror, and you can also easily open up the panoramic sunroof shade. Also, I don't normally show this, but check out what the car does when you turn it off. But now let's go ahead and check out the front passenger side and see what kind of features and amenities are over here. On the door panel, you will find leather from top to bottom, a ton of storage at the bottom, as well as open portwood trim and 3-person memory seating. There's also leather on the upper part. For the seats, they will have the same 18 ways of power adjustment, and they will be made of real leather. There is also a Porsche crest in the headrest, and they will have heating and ventilation. On the dash, you will find some open portwood trim, aluminum trim, and leather on the upper part. You also get heated and ventilated seats just for the passenger, and you can independently control your temperature and your fan speed, as well as if you want it on auto or not. In the glove box, which is by the way leather lined, you will find felt lining on the inside as well as a ton of space. You can definitely store whatever you need to in here. But now let's go ahead and check out the rear seats. On the door panel, you will find leather from top to bottom once again, as well as a ton of storage at the bottom, as well as some open portwood trim and gloss black trim. Now if you opt for the premium package, you will find power sunshades on the doors, which is a very bougie feature. But keep in mind that unlike the Urus and the Kiwi, you cannot control the sunshade for the other window, which is kind of disappointing. Now as far as the seats are concerned, they are made of real leather and they will have a very cool contrasty design. You can option on colored seatbelts, and they will have heating and ventilation as well as a Porsche crest in the headrest. There is also Cayenne branding on the door sill. In the back of this Porsche Cayenne, I have plenty of legroom, and the seatback is going to be finished in plastic. There is also a netted mat pocket, which is going to wear out but stores a lot of stuff. In the middle, you will find 4-zone climate control, which is included with the premium package. Just like the fronts, each side can independently control the temperature as well as the fan speed. The toggles and buttons also feel very high quality and very appropriate for the $121,000 price tag. You also get heated and ventilated seats, and the cool thing is that you can actually turn them on at the same time. At the bottom, you'll find some storage, a 12-volt outlet, and 2 USB-C ports. I also like that there is a B-pillar vent, and in the middle, there is going to be an armrest that will fold down and reveal 2 cup holders, as well as this little area in the middle in case you have a mug with you. Overall, the second row is very fancy, and anybody back here would have a great experience. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the cargo area, because this is actually different for the e-hybrid model. The kick sensor works flawlessly, but in this clip, I just used the key. You might notice that the low floor is a little bit raised up, and that is because the battery is underneath of it. For dimensions, you will find 22.1 cubic feet of space behind the second row and 55.2 as a maximum. To the left, you will find a netted cubby, and to the right, you will find this big bag with your mobile charger. With the mobile charger, you can charge up the battery wherever you are. There is also a cargo cover to keep your belongings hidden and secure. Under the hood of this Cayenne e-hybrid is a 3-liter V6 turbo with 1 electric motor and a 25.9 kWh battery pack. That makes 463 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. All of that is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and you get 21 miles per gallon in the city, 23 on the highway, and 22 combined without factoring in the electric motor. If you do factor in the electric motor as you should come out to about 52 mpge. This car also comes with 29 miles of electric-only range, which is quite impressive. That means that if your commute is less than 14 miles each way, you can actually use this car as a fully electric car unless you go full kickdown or over 87 miles per hour. The Porsche Cayenne has a lot of competitors, but for the e-hybrid model, its main competitors include the BMW X5 xDrive 50e, the Mercedes-Benz GLE 450e, and the Land Rover Range Rover Sport Dynamic SC PHEV. The BMW and Mercedes offer very similar electric driving only range to this Cayenne, but the Range Rover Sport can go above 53 miles, which is very impressive. For dimensions, the Cayenne is 194 inches long and 78 inches wide. Well, that is going to wrap up today's video on this 2026 Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid. The Cayenne continues to be an amazing SUV with a luxurious cabin and great technology, and the plug-in hybrid powertrain adds to the great commutability of this car. The exterior makes this car a showstopper, and every passenger you bring around on the inside is going to have a great experience thanks to all the features and amenities this car offers. Although the hybrid battery does compromise the cargo space, there is still plenty of stuff you can fit back there. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.